Hello there, you wonderful person. I am Gareth Mason. It is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025. It's exactly 7:23 23 p.m. And today there was a situation. But let me fill you in. Starting from last time I updated you, which was yesterday when I was going back from work. I got home. It was late. Didn't spend much time watching stuff yesterday. I didn't have enough energy, so I think I just ate something. Probably some instant noodles as usual. Went to bed. Woke up today with the alarm because I had to go to the apartment to, the electrician. It wasn't the electrician. It was the owner. The owner of the apartment needed to go check it out. So, but I thought it was the electrician. I was expecting the guy, the electrician, electrician. How do you say? I don't know. Too tired to look it up right now. But then the owner showed up. I forgot his face. I completely forgot his face. When he was coming up, I was like, hey, where do I know you from? The owner of the apartment we live in. Well, we're about to live in. So he was there with his own electricist, whatever. He went there, took his measurement, then he left. But I had to wait because we scheduled for the internet guy to go install the internet. And so the guy arrived, very polite guy, very nice. He didn't want to use the correct elevator because he would have to go through the floor which the ladies had just cleaned. Really nice guy. But there was a situation. There is no hole, no way to get a cable to my studio. And I got a PC, I got a computer, a desktop computer, and so I need a cable. I need a physical cable that doesn't have Wi-Fi. So when he told me that there was no way he could do that, best thing to do was to call get in touch with the internet provider, so they send another guy to set it up, because his job was to just get in there and set up the modem and get it all working. I was very frustrated. I told him, hey, I need a cable because of my computer. My studio is here. And there was a way to put the cable on our big bedroom. And so he suggested, hey, you could make your studio over here on the big bedroom. And then I jokingly said, but probably in a bad tone because I was frustrated, sure, let me just put our couple's bed on this 2x2 bedroom, in the little bedroom, and then the guy was like, "Hey, if I was disrespectful, I didn't even allow him to keep talking. I immediately noticed that I fucked up, and I felt really bad. I didn't allow him to keep talking. I just immediately apologized, and I said that it wasn't with him and everything, and apologized many times. And that was the situation this morning. Yeah, I made the guy feel bad with a stupid joke because I was frustrated. And then I felt really bad about that because he got very quiet. Of course he would, you know, after that. And so I was feeling really bad. But as he was working over there, I started to think to myself, you know what? I was frustrated. I was very frustrated, and a bad joke slipped up. I apologize. There's nothing else I can do. And that, you know, I think that's the first time that a situation that makes me feel really bad, I could by myself, on my mind, in a short time, like probably around 30 minutes, calm myself down and be okay with the situation, or be better. I wasn't okay because, you know, I still I was still not 100% because of that situation. Not because there was no cable, because I made him feel bad. But still, I was like, hey, everything makes sense over here. No, I was feeling frustrated. I made a bad joke, which made him feel bad. So of course he would be quiet. But I apologized. I just let him, you know, work. I didn't try to be like overly nice. I moved on and continued, you know, business as usual. By the end of his work over there, he was, you know, I had asked him some stuff about the modem, the little machine there, and he helped me with the answers. Everything was fine. By the end, when he was going away, like we shook hands and everything was good. Everything was cool. He said he understood me being frustrated and everything. So. But that was a situation. That was a situation that it was a good. I was about to say I wish it hadn't happened, but no. You know, everything happens for a reason, and the reason this happened was for me to learn that, yeah, I will get frustrated. I get frustrated, and when I get frustrated, I get a little aggressive. I think I've been pretty good with people around me. You know, my wife, Ellen, and her kid. I think I still have to be better with that, with my mother. Yeah. But, you know, it was a good experience. It wasn't a good experience, but it was a good learning experience. So, and, you know, I send the transcript of all of these videos to ChatGPT conversation that analyzes everything from a psychological point of view, and many times it praised me from my emotional intelligence and my emotional growth, and I can say that, like I definitely have a lot to grow, of course, but I definitely see my own growth in a situation like this, I think I dealt with it very well. Of course, the guy was great as well. He was a sweetheart, which made me feel even worse for having hurt his feelings, but still, I imagine the situation would be a little different if the guy was a douchebag. Yeah. Anyways, that was the morning. That was the situation. And then I walked from my mother's house to the apartment. That's 40 minutes. Because I set the alarm, so I woke up earlier. So I had time to walk there. I didn't have to order an Uber. And then I walked back to my mother's house. Yeah, so that was another 40 minutes. That's 80 minutes. And then got home. I was very hungry by then. Dude, I ate a lot of food. It was probably 1 kilo of food in my plate during lunch. We eat big lunches here in Brazil. Yeah, we eat a lot of food. That's our biggest meal. Not dinner like the US. It's the lunchtime. So, but today was especially big because a lot of energy was spent. And then I walked back to work after lunch. The classes today were fine. I was thinking to myself during the last class of the afternoon. I don't mean fine, like they were just fine. It was just like, oh, they were my standard. Like I was happy with the quality of the class. And I was thinking to myself, hey, I'm very comfortable. Like I'm very comfortable with the classes I'm teaching. You don't get growth from comfort. Definitely not. So I was thinking to myself, maybe I should ask one of my coordinators to watch my classes. Now we have new cameras that, pick up the class better and with a good quality audio, so it's more it's possible to watch like the video of the class later or during the class without the teacher knowing that he or she is being watched, which I think is a very positive thing. Back in the day when we had our classes watched by a coordinator, the coordinator was there, him or herself, to watch. So we were very aware, and our performance as professionals, of course, changed because we knew we were being judged. So that's not ideal. Now that's not how it happens anymore. Yeah, when I was a coordinator, I had to watch the classes to take notes, and I remember there was always some nervousness. There's nothing that can be done. The professional is going to be nervous and change in some way or another the way they behave during that class. Yeah, so I was cogitating. I was thinking about that. Should I do that? But then I started to think to myself, hey man, I got enough on my plate as it is these days with the move to the apartment and with the move and all the financial thing. I got enough in my plate. Maybe having easy classes is something that I need right now. Just get there, Yeah, that's what's on my mind. Teaching my classes has been very easy. I'm in my comfort zone, especially with the groups that I already know. And growth does not come from that. But I am growing in other areas in my life right now. I don't need to be growing everywhere. So it's fine for me to be stationary professionally for now, in order for me to get my personal life sorted out. So yeah, and then I came home. Planned. I was supposed to go to Alan's place today, and it's very sad, very very sad that I don't see her. I miss her. I don't see her since I don't even remember when. Monday? Since Monday morning? Yeah, I don't see her since Monday morning, I don't think. We were supposed to see each other this morning, but because the owner, we call him confused, the confused guy, because the confused guy, it's just because of a lot of every time we needed to ask him stuff, he used to go, I don't really know, yeah, I'm not sure about that, I gotta check it with my father, gotta check it with my dad to see. So we got him this nickname, Fuzu, the confused guy. That's the reason why I didn't recognize him, because he said, the guy on the door said the name, but I didn't recognize the name because we just called him by Confuso. Well, why did I start talking about that? Oh yeah, well, the reason why I couldn't see Alan today, this morning. She was supposed to go to the apartment, so we spent some time together this morning, because she would go to the her friend's birthday this evening. The reason why she didn't go is because Confuso had to go back in the afternoon. He went there to take the measurements to see everything, if it could be done with the guy in the morning, but he didn't work. The electrician didn't work there today. So there needed to be somebody in the apartment during the afternoon to receive them again. And it would be too expensive for Alan to go there in the morning, stay with me, and then go back home to make lunch for her kid, and then go back there, and then go back home to her house. Again, that's too expensive. That's the reason why I'm using bus. I'm taking bus. That's the reason why I am walking everywhere. Walking 2 hours, pretty much every day. It's because it's too expensive. We gotta save money. So, yeah, it was sad. Yeah, plans. I don't know, what time is it now? It is 7:41. I think I have enough time to play a little bit of Elden Ring. I don't know though, because I don't like to play just a little bit. That's the problem. I'm gonna get home, my mother's house, probably eat something, and then maybe play some Elden Ring. That depends on how tired I feel. If I feel very tired, I'm probably not gonna play out. Well, I'm not gonna play anything. Probably just gonna watch stuff on my TV, and then go to bed, because tomorrow morning I got my VIP student. Yeah, that's the plan. Let me show you around. It's been a while I don't use my... It's been a while I don't use a camera. I've been using mostly my cell phone these days, because not enough time for me to properly record with the camera. Yeah, for some reason the other side of the lagoon, it's completely dark. You can't see it over there, but you see how light it is here? You see how dark it is there? Behind all of these trees, there's the other side of the lagoon of the park, where I like to record as well, but it's completely dark in there. The dark side of the lagoon. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe some problem with maybe some problem with the electricity, with the wires, you never know. Yeah, so I already showed you the other side. This is behind me, you can see it pretty well. Yeah, the reason I've been recording with the cell phone is because the cell phone has a stabilization, and you can really feel the lack of stabilization when I'm hand holding the camera, right? Yeah, walking with the camera is not very nice. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Tomorrow I'll be back and tell you what happened. Thanks everybody for watching. I have been Gareth Mason, and I'll see you the next time I see you. Bye-bye.